Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's a pleasure to join you for the global launch of the 2021 World Justice Project, the Rule of Law Index. Do apologize, I'm not able to be with you in person because of COVID-19, but I wanted to take a moment and talk to you briefly from my perspective, how important this project is. I am with the University of Washington. I'm a professor of health metric sciences with the Institute for Health Metric and Evaluation. And I'm also the Chief Strategy Officer for Population Health at the University of Washington. We do a lot of things here, and mainly I focus on health, of course, and I'm on education by nature because I'm a professor at the university. And most of what we do in health, we have two main index that we created. One of them is called socio-demographic index, which is basically based on the income of a country, GDP, fertility for women under 25, and education. So it's an indication of how a nation is on the spectrum of development. And the second index we create is a human capital index, which is based on health of the working age 20 to 64, probability of dying in this age group, of course, and how healthy they are. And of course, education. We have two indicators for education, and this is a human capital index, which is not only years of schooling, but also, which is very important, is learning. Because we know very well that in places, a high school graduate or a college graduate is not of the same level of knowledge or education like somewhere else. There are disparities in education, disparities in health. We don't have in any of these indicators a rule of law index or component. And of course, we know very well that if you take any of these indicators and how they project health and economical development, in the case of human capital index, economical development, of course, if you add an index of the rule of law for a country, so if you have two countries that are the same on this index, and one of them has a good rule of law and one doesn't, of course, the one with the rule of law will do much better. So it's very important for us, and I got, the pleasure to work with colleagues at the World Justice Project. It's very important for us in the health system to include in what we do a component of legality and legal issues, because we know on and on again how important it is to have such an index in all what we do, because it helps us to predict health, to protect health, predict education, protect education, predict economical development, protect economical development. And we need to work together because this is very important for all of us. And COVID-19 right now, you may have seen me talking about COVID-19 in media. COVID-19 has showed us that there are cracks in our system, and legally, we were not able to do a lot of things that we wanted to do from a health perspective because the legal issues were not present. And we know in the United States, where I live, for example, that rich people, when they get into a fight, a husband and wife, they get lawyers to solve these problems. Poor people call the police, and we know this comes with a lot of other issues that we want to avoid in health. What you are doing in this project is amazing. It is of a great value for us in health. I really admire what you are doing, and I'm looking forward to work with my colleagues in the World Justice Project to include some of these components and everything we do here at IHME, because we know very well the rule of law is very important for education, health, economical development. We need you, we need lawyers. And as my good friend, the previous dean of law school here at the UW University, when I met with her, she told me that you in public health and in health, you've been talking about smoking for a long time. We lawyers came and helped you, and we fixed it. So thank you very much for what you are doing. I admire what you are doing. I appreciate what you are doing, and we need to include more of what you are doing in health and education. Thank you very much, and have a nice release of the new index.